How do democracies turn back into dictatorships? Why do people who have the power to have the freedom turn it over to somebody who's going to take it all away from them? It's happened through history forever and ever, and all Star Wars is a way of updating that idea to say, watch out, because there are people out there who don't play by the rules, and if you're not careful, you're going to lose all your freedom.
What's made America so special? Here in America, everyone must be treated with dignity and respect, and hate must have no safe harbor. Here in America, we need to get out of our silos, where we only listen to those with whom we agree, where misinformation is rampant, where foreign actors fan the flames of our division to shape the outcomes consistent with their interests, not ours. Let's remember, here in America, while unity is the most elusive of goals right now, nothing is more important for us now than standing together. We can do this. There's no place in America for this kind of violence, for any violence, ever. Period. No exceptions. But politics must never be a literal battlefield, and God forbid, a killing field. 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 Killing field.
A number of participants have argued that Israel's policies and practices in the occupied Palestinian territory amount to segregation or apartheid in breach of Article 3 of CERD. Article 3 of CERD provides as follows, I quote, "States parties particularly condemn racial segregation and apartheid and undertake to prevent, prohibit, and eradicate all practices of this nature in territories under their jurisdiction." This provision refers to two particularly severe forms of racial discrimination, racial segregation, and apartheid. The court observed that Israel's legislation and measures imposed and serve to maintain a near complete separation in the West Bank and East Jerusalem between the settler and Palestinian communities. For this reason, the court considered that Israel's legislation and measures constitute.
Welcome, everybody. I was expecting more to that, but we'll get into that. That's why we're here doing the show. Unfortunately, it turns out I cannot go on X as before. I got a warning saying, or a notice, whatever it is, saying a premium account on X, quote, Twitter, because I know people still call it Twitter. That's hilarious. All right, is required to create live broadcasts on their platform. Please upgrade to a premium subscription on X, Twitter, or stream to a different destination. Ha! Well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we are not live on Twitter anymore. Another thing taken away that they want to charge you for. Thank you, Elon Musk. No, thank you. Anyways, we are here live on the Mother Hub, the main hub, YouTube, and also our sister hub, Twitch. What's up, people on Twitch? I appreciate you. Thank you for checking this out. And huge shout out to our buddy, our brother, the one you should also subscribe to on YouTube. Aries, Brain/TV, yo, Kojay. I'll be on podcast mode, brother. I got a 2.5 hour drive ahead of me. Yo, safe travels. Thank you for tuning in. And also, thank you for always supporting my channel and content. I appreciate you, and you got my support. And my support for your channel is so easy because you, bro, make some good content. I don't know what's up with I have like verbal typos, or it's just my dyslexia, whatever. I'm working through it. But rewinding back to the main topic, if you have not subscribed to Aries Brain/TV, do so right now. His content is great. The dude is wonderful, big heart, free speaking mind, and always entertaining content, be it video games or cooking on the road, and slice of life of what he does, what he shares with us. It's awesome. Mad love to Aries Brain Slush TV. Subscribe to his channel. If you haven't by now, you got to. Dude is awesome, and thank you for swinging by and always been cool. It's easy when you got a lot in common too, and it seems like the same generation. I like just like Retro Nerd Girl. Shout out to her and like and subscribe to her if you haven't already. It's cool having content creators that are from your generation or not. You youngins out there or older than us people might enjoy what we bring to the table, which is sincerity and good stuff. And here on my channel, Kojay's Corner, I do exactly that. It's a lot of my opinions, my views, things I want to say, things I want to share with y'all, all in one place. That makes it my podcast, my show. This variety hour episode, I just cover a bunch of things. And I'm trying to do this weekly. I just haven't picked a day. I was thinking Mondays last week when I did this Monday, but then it's just hectic with work and all. But anyways, I think we'll try Fridays. I mean, subscribe and hit the bell to me so you don't miss a thing. So we have a couple things I want to share with you on the menu today. Also, let me know if my mic is too loud or too low. I'm working on upping the quality here. I think you can't hear my AC, but I need my AC right now. This thing is a knit cotton beanie. It gets hot here, especially in SoCal, LA area. So yeah, I like the AC, and I hope the audio is okay because I want to keep the AC going, but I also want you to hear me. Oh, Aries, thank you, bro. It says sounds good. All right, haha. Using voice text, drive safe. So yeah, first thing I always want to talk about. You already know, if you're new to this channel, I'm always going to be voicing up and sharing my thoughts and feelings and reactions to what's going on in Palestine. And I made some episodes, and I do have another podcast series. See, my channel is like a Netflix or your own streaming service. I've got a bunch of different series and stuff. So if you like video game gameplay, look out for my video game gameplay. If you like Kojay's Corner and what I say, check that out. I also got a watch party series with very cool friends and fellow content creators here on YouTube. Shout out to the Bat channel, like and subscribe to them, just like Aries and a whole bunch of others. I'll hopefully roll through. But yeah, even shout out. Let's see who else gotta give a shout out. I want to. Reasons I'm broke. Like and subscribe to them. They're dope. They cover a lot of geeky video game, comic book, movie content, and it's award-winning with reason. They're dope, top-notch, like that award-winning radio show you would hear. That's cool about the podcast. We bring a little bit of that energy to you. But yeah, like I was saying, free Palestine. I need. This is always a heavy topic. It's not anything trendy. It's actually quite horrific. When I bring this topic up, I feel like it's always a broken record because so much things are out there for you to see what's really going on. I'm not a reporter or anything, and I'm just trying to help, because the main thing is I see it's a combination of the opposition against why so many of us say free Palestine. And it's a mixture of people who know enough of what's going on or do know what's going on, and for many prejudice reasons I've come across and found, I haven't heard anything otherwise. Even though people know what's going on, they've already labeled some racial or hateful narrative to side with the oppressive force in power. And that's a problem. It was a problem in Nazi Germany. Nazi Germany was that problem, and it's existing today in real time, and it has done so for 75 plus years. And I feel guilty every day that I'm late to the party, but as soon as I found out what was going on, I had to voice up. And it's surprisingly cost some bonds I have with some people. Some followers or subscribers have bounced. I understand, but at the same time, I don't understand. And they're usually from that collective. Now, there's another group of people that simply don't know. So what I'm trying to say is express exactly what I feel about the situation, because it is a huge problem. It's a crisis. It's a wildfire. And what I see is people just either supporting the fire by letting it happen or aiding in the fire. And then there's people like us on the Free Palestine side who are trying to stop the fire. That's pretty much what it is. And I've gone into details about it all the time. So this past weekend, there was an assassination attempt on President Trump. And even though they're not president, by way of respect, every former president is still referred to as a president. And that's just out of respect, whatever. And I have no problem with that. And what I do have a problem with is violence. Now, I play a lot of video games that have violence. I'm a fan of pro wrestling that has violence. I enjoy action and adventure movies that has violence. But those three things have something in common about the violence, is that the violence is fiction. There's some story value and adventure in storytelling that even though there's violence, there's an understanding of why the violence is wrong and why in the story you have to. And when you take those themes to real life, you understand that there is no need for violence. Like even Netanyahu, I want that guy in prison for life. I'm not for any killing of any kind. That's why I'm taking the stance of Free Palestine, because when I found out what's going on, it's wrong, and I'm against killing innocent people. Because the thing is, with whatever you believe or think you believe of what happened in October, and what you know or don't know what's happened for 76 years, is this fact that there is wrongful killings and harm done to innocent people, and only one side is protected and supported by major governments in power, and the other side of innocent civilians is funded and protected in continuing to kill those innocent civilians, and that's wrong. There's a way to go about solving problems, and targeting innocent civilians is not the answer. That's simply it is, because that is what's going on. These are not people caught in any crossfire. They're literally being targeted and killed and slaughtered for 10 months and many times before that. But this current genocide going on is not a war, and it's exactly that. And I'm doing everything I can as a free American citizen to voice up and stop it by spreading awareness, going to peaceful protests, and just mentioning it, because it's pretty normal to me right now. And our politicians have lied to us for so many years. They've lied to us already. And I want to go back and share some clips that I'm not taking any credit for, by the way. I'm just trying to share this so you all see and follow up and do your homework and go, oh, whoa, that's what's going on. Hey, genocide's wrong. Let's stop it, all right? Because for 10 months, I've seen how ugly our political leaders and our political system is, and it's wrong, and it's violent as heck, and there's a lot of propaganda, and there's a lot of prejudice, and it's disgusting. And I feel like it's a bunch of war criminals in power who are just trying to cover their own butts And whatever they do, whether they continue killing innocent people, or if they do get in trouble and there's this economical collapse, either direction, it's going to hurt us, the American people. And I don't like that. So whatever we do as a society, as human beings, as a community of good, free American people, we should be standing against crime and injustice everywhere. Because I believe that ability that we have to do what's right is what makes this country so great. And it's what makes the American people so great. But the power of propaganda and prejudice is very damaging and very abundant, more than I thought before. But I want to go back to June 7th. And I'm going to credit the YouTubers, the Instagrammers and YouTubers if I have to. No problem with that. Of what went on, and you can check it out for yourself. I share it. So check out my Instagram. My Instagram, I cover a lot of things. I try to share so you can see what's going on and go from there. So let's go back to June 7th.
Let's do a video breakdown of what happened at the Nusret camp. On June 7th, the humanitarian aid pier built by the United States was rebuilt before being shoved ashore in Gaza. On June 8th, this is what they unloaded. IAF air support came in while they unloaded military equipment from the humanitarian aid port. And then they took off, just ahead of rolling out. Before this, they didn't want anybody to see what they were doing, so they opened fire on the beach, dissuading people from taking a peek. They unloaded C-rams and M-lids off of the Gaza humanitarian aid port. A military envoy then escorted what appeared to be a humanitarian aid truck into Nusret refugee camp. Multiple people ended up recording the envoy as it passed through, excited for aid but suspicious of the IOF involvement. And it wasn't long until the helicopters started to open fire on the people of Nusret, indiscriminately hitting everybody within the market. And then the bombs started dropping. People had gone to investigate the aid trucks when they saw a tank. When the helicopter began opening fire, they fled, and the bombs chased them. The aftermath led to scenes like this. Houses aflame and still smoking. People desperately searching through the rubble. This strike here is a telltale sign of hellfire. But this one here is a closer representation to the M795, the same one that Nikki Haley signed. Captured from multiple angles, it shoots sand and smoke a quarter-mile into the sky. And the crater it left behind shows the full force of the impact, in what appears to be a joint U.S. military operation. The streets ran red. There was no way to avoid it. The hospitals quickly became overwhelmed, and the majority of those injured were women, children, and the disabled. The hospital ended up so packed that there was scarcely any room to move, and with already so few resources, there was very little to be done.
The image you're seeing is the rescue of some of the hostages. I want you to notice the RG on this dude's helmet. RG is used almost exclusively by US military. It stands for Reconnaissance Group. It's not something that Israelis use because they have a different word for reconnaissance. Now, Biden clearly said 2 months ago, no boots on the ground.
No U.S. boots will be on the ground.
This looks like boots on the ground to me. They're also saying the pier wasn't used. But according to this video, taken by an ITF soldier and posted online, that's the pier being used to evacuate hostages. Minutes later, they're photographed with U.S. soldiers. I highly doubt they were there just to escort them on a helicopter ride. Never mind the fact that back in October, late October, we have this lovely picture of President Biden in Israel shaking hands with the Delta Force, a special unit of the U.S. Army. They've been in Israel since October. Let us not forget, one of the most important parts. Dressing up as an aid worker and driving yourself into a refugee camp in an aid truck is a violation of international law. The U.S. is no longer complicit. The U.S. is committing violations of international law. And it's interesting that they felt so comfortable to use an aid truck. They felt pretty confident that they would be successful in this mission doing it this way. And this humanitarian aid pier that they say is so successful, even though it broke, which I find suspicious. Most of the aid went to a warehouse. It was blown up by that so-called state. You know, I wish Western media would do its fucking job and do the investigative journalism and ask the questions that I am asking and point out the discrepancies as they occur. No mention of U.S. boots on the ground. No tying it to the fact that they've been there since October. They can barely mention that 200 innocent Palestinians were killed, 400 injured, to be thrown into a hospital that's not even functioning. Free Palestine.
Yeah, so I'm bringing this up because this is one of many issues, and this is also one I wanted to go over. How so many things are wrong with what's going on, with what's been going on, and it's out in the open. It's just shrouded by being hidden from the media, Meta, and Google, and so many of these factions that support the genocide going on have been flagging, banning, reducing traffic, and redistributing attention to whatever entertainment thing is going on. But the fact of the matter is that these atrocities are happening in real time, being shared by witnesses, journalists, and even IOF soldiers. But when they share it, they're also bragging about it. So when you are watching closely of what's going on in Palestine, you see it all. And it's been disgusting, horrendous crimes against humanity every single day for the last 10 months. And you see how messed up this government is, because our government and our politicians in power are complicit and accomplices in this genocide going on. And I don't like that. No one in the right mind should be for that. No one in the right mind should be justifying that. Like, if you really believe in God, that's all wrong. So even without that, just the crimes against humanity is definitely wrong. And it's just, I've been praying for this country and the world every single day. And it's so at such a horrible low that the shocking attempted murder this last weekend over a political figure is just in that category of horribleness. But the worst part of what's going on to civilians, I'd say, is worse than that. And the assassination attempt is just a reflection of how bad things are and how violent things are with this government that they try and justify and continue, because there's a lot of money to be made with these political people in power, even. And I feel like they're trying to flex that our government, our American government, is above the law. I don't like it. I don't like it a lot. And I understand some people are not taking Free Palestine seriously. Free Palestine is freedom for the Palestinian people, and leave them alone, and to rebuild what has been wrongfully destroyed in their lives and their homes. Stop the settlement thing. The occupation is illegal. Just stop. From day one, what I've been saying. So that's why I say Free Palestine every single day. Every single day. So the ruling for and saying that Israel is an apartheid state and the occupation must end is awesome. But what are we going to do about it? You know? Who's going to enforce this? Is this going to be in the record that on July 19th, 2024, that the ICJ ruled that it is an apartheid state? Occupation should end. There should be reparations for the Palestinian people. Okay, so what now? It's in the books. Is this atrocities going to continue? Is my government going to do the right thing? Or are they just going to continue killing people in another country? I don't like a lot of this. At least it's documented that this is wrong and been wrong from the previous ICJ hearings. Now, our government officials are trying to say that these guys are the problem. They're probably racist towards the Jewish community or whatever, and claim that they don't need to answer for their crimes because our political leaders are guilty as hell. Everything's been documented. It's just those in power are not doing the right thing, and that's the most painful thing right now. And everything feels sketchy until the right thing happens. So I played a Star Wars clip earlier because the beautiful thing about Star Wars before Disney took over and commercialized it and changed a whole bunch of stuff is that it was a story about resisting an evil empire. That's very powerful. That's as fun as Star Wars is with the action and lasers and the fictional violence. The message and the warning of what empires and wars are about is very, very deep. And it's usually rooted on like world domination, or in Star Wars, galactic domination. Same thing, however you zoom in or zoom out, it's very disheartening. And it's only going to get worse if it won't stop. This is a picture I'm sharing with you. Now, that's a badge on a Israel soldier. And it's a certain unit, but they get this badge. And I've seen this outline in a couple things online and videos and topics and discussions and whatever of the great Israel. And it's expanded into Egypt, Lebanon, and neighboring countries. And I do remember when Netanyahu told Biden, prepare for a 10-year war. Is this what they want to accomplish in 10 years? And before they do that, they need to get rid of every single Palestinian. It's very bothersome. To where everything's like at this depressive numb every day. This is not some kind of trend. Like I said earlier, this is a problem that a lot of people recognize and are saying, hey, stop this. Now, what I hope you all can do is do your due diligence. Check out the rest of my videos, stuff I've highlighted. Check out my Instagram, things I'm sharing while it's still there. There's some things that get taken down. There's this video a guy was doing breaking down of what special services have to do to make sure there is no snipers in political leaders' speeches and such. But it got taken down. Was the guy spitting too much truth? Can I find it? So bear with me for a little bit as I take a look-see. I'm trying to see if I got to save it or... No, I didn't get to. Dang. Not all things I get to save, but a few things I do. One thing that got taken down by Meta, surprisingly, nothing vulgar, nothing violent. It was just a protester sitting down in London, speaking her mind. And I'm going to play it for you because I can't find it anywhere. Maybe it's somewhere and I have lost it, so I do apologize if I'm wrong on that. But a lot of my stuff have been taken down that are more concrete proof of what Israel is doing, and that's usually the problem. Nothing graphic. If it is graphic, they say, oh, you're promoting violence or something, but it's just crazy. So you tell me what you think of what she said, why this is banned.
This monument is supposed to represent national pride. It's supposed to represent the fact that our country stood up against a genocide. The fact that at the end of World War II, we looked at the lives lost, not just British soldiers who gave their lives to fight a genocide, but at the horrific atrocities we saw when a genocide was committed. And we said, never again will we allow this to happen. We built a monument to remind us, never again. But never again means never again for everyone. There is a genocide happening right now in Gaza. It's been so destroyed, it is literally a different color from space. Homes, hospitals, schools destroyed. It's never again happening again right in front of our eyes. And not only is our country not fighting back against it, we're deeply complicit in it. It is UK-made weapons that are being used to bomb the schools, to kill babies. Our government is allowing this. Our government is driving this and has been from the start. It's disgraceful. This action is not meant out of disrespect. It is a message to our government, to Labour, that they need to remember what this stands for. They need to act with even the tiniest bit of moral background. Because right now they are disgracing the people who gave their lives to fight a genocide. They're disgracing the people of this country, and they do not represent us. The people of this country stand against the genocide. And we demand a two-way arms embargo on Israel now. Young people are moving into resistance. We're fighting back because we have seen that nothing else works. We've seen week after week of non-disruptive protests, and we've seen them ignore us. It's not working. We have to disrupt. We have to take non-violent direct action. Sign up at youthdemands.org and stand with the people of Palestine.
Yeah. I can't find where that the poster of that was Middle East Eye, and they have great information that they're and truth that they're sending. Same with Al Jazeera. So I trust those sources for covering what's really going on, because their stuff always syncs up with even what the IOF is sharing and mocking of killing innocent people. And that's it's like, yo, people are openly doing, like, you know, stuff you see in a civil rights film of American history with the prejudice against the Black American community, and all that hatred that you see with violence being shared by Israeli military. And it's like, wow, there's no shame. It's like there's a section that thinks that not enough of us have the internet to see what's going on with what they share, what they mock to the other side of the world. And it's just, it's seeing the crime and the killer with the blood all over their hands and saying, oh, I didn't do it. Or, hey, this is good. This is justified. And then our government would be like looking at the killer and focusing on the difference of the killer. Maybe their demographic isn't the same demographic this. And they say, oh, that demographic who got killed, they're bad because this demographic is good. Whatever they do is all right. Here's some more money to continue killing. And it's bothersome. I don't know what else to go in on, but I was trying to find more information about that video on protester. But if you find it, let me know. And if I find it, I will definitely let you know. It's just so much information comes out, and so much horrific stuff is going on and on and on and on and on daily. So it's always, and then the ugly truth that our government won't do anything about it. They'll just protect it. They'll have a Matthew Miller lie about it. And you see a double standard when it comes to Ukraine. I'm against any civilians being targeted. So why are the Palestinians continuing to be killed with our support? That's my question. How is all this targeting of innocent civilians fighting terrorism? No one can really answer, other than with weird propaganda that still doesn't answer the question. And it's bothersome to me. Yeah, I can't find that video. It's crazy. So I'll tackle that discussion later. But ladies and gentlemen, it's free Palestine until it happens every day. And thank you for listening to me share this information about this. And I'm just going to take a little peek at the stories I've shared to see if I missed anything. that I want to share with you. Michael Rappaport. Oh man, I can't stand that fool. So we're gonna check out this reel by Aerospace. He's awesome, and I think you should check his content out sometime. Oh man! All right, here we go. Sharing time. Oops, wrong share button. Present. Share screen. There we go. Let's check it out.
ICJ rules that Israel's occupation of Palestine is unlawful and should end. Okay, about fucking time. We all knew that. Now what? What happens now? What happens? ICJ rules that Israel's occupation of Palestine is unlawful and should end. Okay, about fucking time. We all knew that. Now what? What happens now? What happens?
That's a huge question. And I don't know if we'll get the answer. So we'll see in the next coming days. But what I'm saying, it's being freaking documented, this genocide in real time, and it's being denied by the governments that are complicit in supporting and funding the genocide. Like Germany, are they like guilty, feeling guilt of a previous government in power, Nazi Germany, for exacting genocide on the Jewish community that this state claiming to be a purely Jewish community and not a Talmudic, or maybe they're not making that claim. They seem straight up Talmudic, but does Germany see it as a way to we're sorry we did genocide to the demographic of Jewish people. Let's support the Jewish people in this state doing a genocide to another demographic of people. It makes no sense. Never again is never again for anyone. No genocide to anyone. America has a horrible, bloody history of its foundation of having a genocide to the Native Americans who lived here. What they did to Turtle Island. And then they're still getting political and lawful abuse. Why? Is it because they don't are we supposed to not learn from the past? Aren't we supposed to learn from the past to do better today, going forward for tomorrow? Or are they trying to, they as in the government or the people in power supporting genocide are trying to quiet the past, not tell you why we're celebrating Thanksgiving, and hide all that stuff with some fabricated things and leaving stuff out of the history books so you won't bat an eye when genocide is done to another country, another group of people? These are the questions. This is the lowest low I've felt and seen from a country in the home I love, and the powerlessness I feel outside of just trying to help with a voice. Even my rambling here, I don't know, like, what can be done? So today, July 19th, 2024, the International Court of Justice orders Israel to pay full reparations to the Palestinians for wrongful acts since 1967. We're going to check out this article, and then I'm going to move on to other topics. It's just every time I do the show, I'm always going to be covering what needs to be covered, what needs to be said. Let's see. Do 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 do. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, so Al Jazeera. I'll probably say Al Jazeera is a horrible site or news source. All right, Israel's war on Gaza live. The ICJ finds Israel to breach of international law again by Joseph Stepansky. All right, it reads, the International Court of Justice says Israel's settlement policies and exploitation of natural resources in the Palestinian territory are in breach of international law. Britain's Foreign Minister David Lammy tells Parliament he is reassured that the UN's Palestinian Refugee Agency had taken steps to ensure it meets the highest standards of neutrality. He confirms the UK will resume its funding to UNRWA and will provide £21 million. The Israeli army bombs its 9th school settler in Gaza Strip in less than 2 weeks, this time in Gaza City. The attack kills at least 2 displaced Palestinians sheltering there. At least 38,848 people have been killed and 89,459 wounded in Israel's war on Gaza. The death toll in Israel from Hamas-led attacks on October 7th is estimated at 1,139, with dozens of people still held captive in Gaza. 16 hours ago. Oh, deadly Tel Aviv drone attack not averted due to human error. I remember this story. Commercial here.
More secure, having diversified away from specializing.
Oh, this is their live show. So yeah. So by the way, you can check out live footage from Al Jazeera. Keep up to date with what's going on. Definitely check it out. And yeah, Al Jazeera's wise and on point with a bunch of stuff. So I want to see more of the order. So let's see. No, because I'm like, who is going to okay, all right, let's check out this one. This is let's read what they're saying. ICJ tells Israel to end occupation of Palestinian territories and pay reparations. This was by Michael Mushabek at Truth Out. In a landmark opinion issued today, the International Court of Justice has said that Israel's 57-year occupation of the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and the Gaza Strip is in breach of international law. The proceedings came out of UN resolution passed in December of 2022. In the resolution, the UN General Assembly requested an advisory opinion from the International Court of Justice on Israeli practices affecting the human rights of the Palestinian people in the occupied Palestinian territory, including East Jerusalem. The ICJ, also known as the World Court, in the UN's principal judicial organ that adjudicates I'm learning to read disputes between members. Adjudicates. All right, I'm learning words here, people. All right, adjudicates disputes between member states and provides advisory opinions on international legal matters. This case is separate from the one brought forth by South Africa last year, in which the ICJ provisionally ruled that Israeli practices in Gaza are plausibly genocidal. Following that ruling, Israel indicated that it rejects the ICJ's findings. In a post on X, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, wrote, "Nobody will stop us, not the Hague, not the axis of evil, and not anybody else." Well, axis of evil won't stop Israel. Axis of evil is on their side, so of course it won't stop them. The axis of evil. So, public hearings on Israel's occupation of Palestine were held at The Hague on February 19th and lasted for 6 days, during which 52 countries participated and presented arguments. The panel of 15 judges on the court was asked by the UN General Assembly to consider the legal consequences arising from the ongoing violation by Israel of the right of the Palestinian people to self-determination from its prolonged occupation, settlement, and annexation of the Palestinian territory occupied since 1967. So, key word here. I'm stopping reading. I'm going to share my opinions. From its prolonged occupation. Now, by law, occupation of any people in territory is supposed to be temporary. Going on this many years with the documented slaughter and targeting of innocent civilians, innocent human beings, men, women, and children has been going on all this time. That is beyond effed up and wrong. Targeting of how is there an opinion on targeting innocent civilians? How is that bad considered good or a perspective or even a right? This whole thing is disgusting, and y'all got to wake up from your pretty bubble of what you think this country is supposed to stand for, which is the pretty bubble I had. I thought this country stood for justice and freedom, but apparently it only stands that if you're a certain demographic of people, because look at what our country supports and what's been known for a while. Man, the entertainment business is really good at keeping people distracted. Fox News, that's entertainment. That's Hollywood also. CNN, MSNBC, all that. They're all Hollywood. All right. The hearings commenced with remarks by Palestinian Foreign Minister Riyad al-Maliki, in which he asserted the rights of the Palestinians to live in freedom and dignity in their ancestral land. He asked the ICJ to recognize the Palestinian people's right to self-determination and called on the court to declare Israel occupation is illegal and must end it completely and unconditionally. Israel did not participate in the oral arguments, but the office of the Prime Minister issued a statement saying, Israel does not recognize the legitimacy of the discussion at the International Court of Justice in The Hague regarding the legality of the occupation, a move designed to harm Israel's right to defend itself against existential threats. I want to pause right there because lately what we've seen, even from drones, what they do is that the person piloting it will say, hey, we've surveyed these civilians and we've determined they are not innocent. And then they kill them. They shoot a bomb on them. And they're just labeling civilians as not innocent. They're using proximity of Hamas operatives as an excuse to kill civilians. They say that there's probably weapons here and there's probably a threat of this Hamas terrorist and this or whatever. And then they go ahead and just kill the people. And when it's obviously true and it hits the news waves, what they say, oh, it's a mistake, my bad. This has been documented going on. And if that doesn't bother you, ladies and gentlemen, then I am bothered by what's going on in this country by some of us. Have we been programmed to be desensitized to human life being lost and only care if it's a rich business dude in a suit? All lives are equal, ladies and gentlemen. We should put our foot down when wrongdoings is done to innocent people. All right, continuing with the rest of the article. Israel's occupation is sustained by a combination of state-sponsored violence and apartheid. Israel was born of British colonialism. It was created through a mixture of state violence and vigilante terrorist acts that displaced Palestinians and dispossessed them from their homes and land. It is supported financially, militarily, and diplomatically by Western, primarily U.S. imperialism, serving war profiteers, and it is sustained by a combination of state-sanctioned violence and a system of apartheid that denies Palestinians, who, from half the people in the land under Israeli control, form the river to the sea, their equal rights. That's what from river to the sea means for the thousandth freaking time. Continuing with the article. After the Nakba catastrophe, genocide of 1948, the State of Israel was established on 78% of the land of what had been British mandate Palestine. During the June 1967 war, Israel took over the West Bank, Gaza, and Arab East Jerusalem. The remaining 22% of historic Palestine, now known as the occupied territories. In 1980, Israel unilaterally formalized its annexation of East Jerusalem, a move that was condemned as illegal by the international community. I'm struggling here. I'll try and get it together. All right, back to reading. Over the past 57 years, successive Israeli governments have brutally terrorized Palestinians, demolished homes, confiscated large tracts of Palestinian lands, expanded Israeli settlements in the West Bank, considered illegal under international law, and added many new ones that effectively rendered the, quote, two-state solution impossible. Now West Bank settlers number more than 700,000. They are heavily armed and are constantly terrorizing Palestinian residents in neighboring villages in an effort to force them to leave, as described in a report by Amnesty International. According to the Palestinian Health Ministry, since October 7th, 575 Palestinians, of whom 138 are children, were killed in the occupied West Bank and East Jerusalem by soldiers and armed settlers. Israel employs oppression, violence, persecution, checkpoints, house demolitions, displacement, expulsion, imprisonment, land theft, torture of children, and collective punishment to ethnically cleanse non-Jewish inhabitants. Racism in Israel is not a flaw in the system. It is the system. International human rights organizations, including Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch, have issued extensive reports that concluded that Israel practices apartheid. United Nations Special Rapporteur on Human Rights in the Occupied Palestinian Territory, Francesca Albanese, has come under vicious attacks following her report highlighting Israeli settler colonialism and apartheid. Hagai El-Ad, director of B'Tselem, Israel's oldest human rights organization, recently said in a report, Israel is not a democracy that has a temporary occupation attached to it. It is one regime between the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea, and we must look at the full picture and see it for what it is: apartheid. Unlike the framing commonly put forth by politicians and mainstream media, it is not complicated. It is not an age-old religious feud, and it is not a conflict by extremists on both sides. Thank God. Oh my, I'm glad this is all in writing. This has like been the, I mean, but then Are you going to listen to the truth, or are you going to ignore it with your prejudice? Continuing with the reading, the ICJ's advisory opinion is the court's latest blow to Israel and its allies. At the public sitting at the Peace Palace in The Hague, Judge Nawaf Salam, president of the World Court, read the ICJ's advisory opinion regarding Israel's occupation of Palestinian territories. The panel of judges concluded by 14 votes to 1 that the ICJ has jurisdiction to give the advisory opinion requested by the UN General Assembly. By 11 votes to 4, the court is of the opinion that, quote, the state of Israel's continued presence in the occupied Palestinian territory is unlawful, and that, quote, Israel is under an obligation to bring to an end its unlawful presence in the occupied Palestinian territory as rapidly as possible. With only a single no vote by Judge Julia Sebutinde of Uganda, the remaining 14 judges on the panel agreed that Israel's settlement policies are in breach of international law and that the state of Israel is under an obligation to cease immediately all new settlement activities and to evaluate all settlers from the occupied Palestinian territory. Also, by 14 votes to 1, the court agreed that Israel has the obligation to make reparation for the damage caused to all the natural and or legal persons concerned in the occupied Palestinian territory. By 12 votes to 3, the ICJ is of the opinion, 1, that all states are under an obligation not to recognize as legal the situation arising from the unlawful presence of the state of Israel in the occupied Palestinian territory and not to render aid or assistance in maintaining the situation created by the continued presence of the state of Israel in occupied Palestinian territory. Also, that international organizations, including the United Nations, are under an obligation not to recognize as legal the situation arising from the unlawful presence of the state of Israel in the occupied Palestinian territory. And that the United Nations, and especially the General Assembly, which requested this opinion, and the Security Council should consider the precise modalities and further action required to bring to an end as rapidly as possible the unlawful presence of the state of Israel in occupied Palestinian territory. All right, reading on. Today's highly significant opinion by the ICJ will have far-reaching effects. Despite the fact that it is considered as advisory and non-binding, Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was quick to blast the opinion, releasing on July 19th statement saying the following: the Jewish people are not occupiers in their own land, not in our eternal capital, Jerusalem, nor in our ancestral heritage of Judea and Samaria, a reference to occupied West Bank, and adding, no decision of lies in The Hague will distort this historical truth, and similarly, the legality of Israel's settlements in all parts of our homeland cannot be disputed. All right, pausing right there. Here's my thoughts. So this is the key thing. Whenever the truth comes out and it pushes these narcissists in the corner, like Minister Benjamin Malkowski here, is that they always promote their slogan that this is their ancestral land, which it is illegal to do a DNA check on any Israeli, because it's been proven that the Palestinians are the descendants of the ancestors of that land. They are the descendants of the Canaanites and the Hebrews back in the day. That has been proven this year and also before. So this guy is also lying at that. And they're saying that we don't have to recognize that we've been occupying people because in their mindset, this is their great land that's promised to them. Now, if you see in my other video where I do the watch party of the mysteries of Israel solved, going over world domination, that the land that's promised to those who believe in the Messiah's message and believe in God, land is not a geographic location that's promised to you. It is a heavenly place that you will be gifted. That you should have love in your heart and not steal, not kill. And according from rabbis, you're not supposed to have your own state. You're in an exile for humility and so many other reasons. And that the focus is being a good person and believing in God. What we see practiced in this terrorist state of Israel is all the opposite of peace, loving thy neighbor, and the opposite of do not steal, and the opposite of do not kill, and the opposite of you cannot have your own military land. And this is what he referenced here, and calling lies of the truth being coming out from the ICJ. This is the mindset that villain is trying to advertise to the people. And I hope you don't buy this bullshit. All right, continuing with the article. Israeli politicians' eagerness to assure their public and the world that the World Court's decision will be ignored comes as no surprise, given how they reacted in May to the International Court of Justice when it ordered an end to Israel's military offensive on Rafah as part of the border genocide case. The ICJ's order relating to Israel's Rafah offensive required Israel, in conformity with its obligations under the Genocide Convention, to immediately halt its military offensive and any other action in Rafah Governorate, which may inflict on the Palestinian group in Gaza conditions of life that could bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part. The court also ordered Israel to open the Rafah crossing and allow aid trucks of food, water, medical supplies to reach displaced Palestinians. It also required that Israel provide access for investigations and report back on its progress within 1 month. So, if you're not doing genocide, why would you deny civilians food, water, and medical supplies? Why would you stop those aid trucks? Those that from the charities also that many people worldwide donated to. What's wrong with you people? That's, it's so disgusting what's going on there. I hope this brings justice, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Reading on. But we have seen Israel complied with none of the above. Instead, it went ahead with its military offensive on Rafah and has further intensified its assault on Gaza City and northern Gaza. According to the Palestinian Ministry of Health, Israel killed 309 Palestinians and wounded 640 across Gaza since July 11th, raising the death toll to 38,794 and the number of wounded to 88,881. Man, these numbers it's kind of higher. Okay, continuing the reading. In the Gaza Strip, among the dead, 28,428 have been fully identified. These include 7,779 children, 5,466 women, and 2,418 elderly people. In addition, around 10,000 more are estimated to be under the rubble. The Lancet, a respected British medical journal, calculated that the real death toll, including those missing on the rubble and indirect deaths from malnutrition, disease, and other conditions brought on by the conflict, could be around 186,000 people, roughly 8% of Gaza's population. Meanwhile, the U.S. House of Representatives just passed a bill to ban State Department from accurately sharing the death toll in Palestine. Why would you ban information on a very disgusting crisis going on? Why would you ban that information? Banning that information, who does that protect? Think about it. Banning information that's vital to understand what's going on to innocent people from coming out. Banning that information only protects the guilty and those complicit with those guilty of genocide. Going on, reading on. Gaza has been pulverized. Gaza today is thirsty. Gaza today is hungry. Gaza today is bleeding and is crying for help, for a ceasefire and an end to the suffering of its people. Nearly 80% of the Palestinians in Gaza have been forced from their homes, and a colossal humanitarian crisis has taken hold, including, per the United Nations, a full-blown famine. The United Nations experts warned that the number of deaths of Palestinian children due to hunger and malnutrition leaves no doubt that famine has spread across the entire Gaza Strip. 75% of all UN member states recognize the state of Palestine. Today's damning ICJ opinion is in line with what 2/3 of all UN member states agree on. As of June 2024, the state of Palestine is recognized as a sovereign state by 146 of the 193 member states of the United Nations, or over 75% of all UN member states. Spain, Ireland, Norway, and Slovenia most recently recognized the state of Palestine. By going to the ICJ, the internationally recognized state of Palestine is calling upon all countries of the world to genuinely support democracy and equal rights for the Palestinians to achieve a peace that would be in the best interest of Palestinians and Israelis alike. Yes. For God's sake, yes. For God's love, yes. Oh my gosh. Despite numerous UN Security Council resolutions, the Israeli government, led by Benjamin Netanyahu, has rejected the establishment of an independent state of Palestine in the West Bank, Gaza, and East Jerusalem. The current extremist right-wing Israeli leaders of the settlement movement, such as Bezalel Smotrich and Itamar Ben-Gvir, have openly called for ethnic cleansing of the West Bank and Gaza to create a greater Israel from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea. The great Israel, ladies and gentlemen. In my other video, I was mentioning, 2 videos ago, I was talking about the greater Israel that one angry viewer put their opinion about, said wasn't true. Again, everything I've been covering has been coming out to light and being true. Because it's obvious, it's out there, it's available. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nazi Germany, but in another form, and we're funding it. We as Americans cannot be for this. It is un-American to do that. We should be about truth and justice and freedom. This oppression is not it. All right, going back to reading. In anticipation of the ICJ opinion, the Israeli parliament passed a resolution on July 18, the day before the ICJ announces its advisory opinion, affirming its opposition to Palestinian statehood. The resolution, which was opposed only by the 9 Arab members of the Israeli Knesset, states that the establishment of a Palestinian state in the heart of the land of Israel would constitute an existential threat to the state of Israel and its citizens, perpetuate the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and destabilize the region. Oh my gosh. Israel has been destabilizing the region this whole time to be established. The hypocrisy. Oh my gosh. Oh. All right, back to it. In a Haaretz article on July 18th, far-right finance minister Bezalel Stromrich of the religious Zionist party, what I've been saying, people, these people are exposing everything I've been saying, was quoted as saying in a post on X, with decisive majority of 69-1, the Knesset voted against the establishment of an Arab terror state in Israel. Wow, they're already see how they're labeling it in their statements? The prejudice, the calling Arab terrorists to the Palestinians. A racist statement in the statement. Oh my gosh, what a surprise. All right, continuing reading on the quote. Not now, not in the future, not unilaterally, and not within an agreement, referring to the annexation of the West Bank. He added, the awakening of the overwhelming majority in Israeli society is amazing. Now is a time for sovereignty. While the Biden administration continues its insincere rhetorical support for the two-state solution, the U.S. has remained Israel's staunchest supporter, always using its veto power to shield it from the accountability and prevent Palestinian statehood, despite Israel's repeated violations of international law and UN Security Council resolutions. The Palestinian people have faced a long history of injustice, from colonialism to displacement to present-day apartheid. The countries of the global south recognize that the unimaginable suffering being inflicted every minute of every day on the Palestinian people must come to an end. Time will tell if the ICJ's opinion will produce a change in the policies of Western governments and succeed in finally allowing Palestinians to return to their homes and live their lives with freedom, equality, and dignity, which is what I'm for. Oh my gosh. Check out more about Michael right here. Oh, he's on Instagram. Let's give him a follow. Thank you. I'm glad I read that article because I'm not good with expressing myself, I feel sometimes. Especially when I'm emotional. This topic is really, really hard for me because I am a broken record, and the truth is a broken record. And that's appalling to me in this day and age. I ignorantly believe for so long we as an American nation are past such prejudice that we would never support a Nazi-like Germany. And here we are. It's not feeling good every time you find out the news about what's going on in Palestine. It's no one wants to feel bad, but there's an injustice going on my tax dollar that I just can't get behind. I'll never get behind that. And any crisis towards human beings, man, and not just Palestine, Congo, Sudan, free Palestine, free Congo, free Sudan, free humanity, for crying out loud. Otherwise, all the stuff we've enjoyed, Star Wars, tales of what it means to be a good human, heroism, good and evil, freaking Dragon Ball Z protecting Earth, I mean, so many things in our songs, myths and legends, so many things we have our disposable to learn what's right and wrong. And when the greatest wrong is being done right now, I'm shocked at how many are dumbfounded or numb to it or embrace it or okay with it and are just normal with it or scared to say anything about it. But we have to keep it's not good. It's not good that this crime continues. So I'll share a few more things and move on to another topic. I just want to see if there's anything else I wanted to share with y'all. I always think this topic of Palestine will always be like 30 minutes, but always longer than expected. It's whatever it takes, you know. So check me out on Instagram. I'm sharing a whole bunch of stuff and keeping you up to date with what's going on and sharing what other people are doing. Check out like Owen Jones. He's great. Check out Low Key, the British hip hop rapper and journalist. He's the greatest rappers alive because he's actually making music to help save and change the world. You know what I'm saying? Who does that? All right. Check this out here. I was talking about entertainment, sharing what's right and wrong. Look, this is a specific thing from today's show, day and age. Posted from the different, let's give them a follow. Different Spectrums podcast. Check them out. All right. They posted this. Therapized. Genocide of People. Today's podcast discusses X-Men 97 on Disney Plus, focusing on the themes of marginalization, perfectionism, and genocide. We draw parallels to real-world issues and urge empathy and dialogue, and we question why people don't care. Join us for a thought-provoking conversation. This is old. You could definitely check out their stuff. But I'm glad people talk and bring up conversation to go over such things, because this is huge, ladies and gentlemen. Like, are we not supposed to stand up for our fellow neighbor? Are we not supposed to stop crime happening to innocent people? All right. So I want to share with you what supremacy sounds like. Many of you may not know, but here we go. There's also my stories. IOF Major uploaded a video on his social media sending a message to the people of Gaza. Anybody who's going to be left in Gaza, this is 2 days ago, all y'all going to die, each and every one of you.
My name is Mickey. I'm a major in the IDF Reserves. I'm also a volunteer police officer in the Israeli police. I got a message for the people of Gaza, for the terrorists inhabiting Gaza. Yo bitches better start running. Anybody who's going to be left in Gaza when we get there, all y'all are going to die. Each and every one of you. Your house is going to be demolished. Your family ain't going to have no place to live. Better start running. Before you start running, you better return our people safe. Fail to do so, and we're about to open the goddamn gates of hell on your ass.
Now, I've seen this guy praised and celebrated. Oh, whoa. I cut it off too soon. There's more to that. Okay, I added on back when it gets to that part. But ladies and gentlemen, stopping him right there. A group of people attack a group of people, and then the resolution is to do collective punishment to that whole demographic of people. That's genocide, collective punishment. That's wrong.
All y'all are gonna die. Each
Listen to
and
him.
every one of you. Your house is going to
Is
be
this
demolished.
justice? Is this
Your
a good guy?
family ain't going to have no place to live. Better start running. Before you start running, you better return our people safe. Fail to do so, and we're about to open the goddamn gates of hell on your ass. You all started messing with God's army, with God's chosen people. We buried 20 bigger empires and a bunch of...
What 20 empires? And more stuff. So that's the mindset that you're supporting if you're supporting that terrorist nation. It is a terrorist state, apartheid. And that's their logic. Is that really that? That's why I call a lot of it satanic, because that's nothing that God would want or do or has said to do. I think sometimes that's what it means to take God's name in vain. When you use God's name and messages to hurt other people and do what God doesn't want you to do. So we get crap like this. Yep, volume.
America should punish the ICC and put Kareem Khan back in his place. And if the ICC is allowed to threaten Israel's leaders, we know that America will be next. There is a reason that we've never endorsed the International Criminal Court, because it is a direct affront to our own sovereignty. We don't put any international body among or above American sovereignty, and Israel doesn't do that either.
Really?
Congress is reviewing all of our options right now. We have some very aggressive legislation that we're going to push as quickly as possible. It will impose sanctions, and if the ICC moves forward with its absurd warrant arrest or request, this is going to be an even bigger international problem.
So pretty much, our politicians are guilty, and then they want to do like the most tyrannical thing about being above the law and labeling whoever that calls them out for the crimes that they are blatantly doing as bad. So the narrative of like other communist countries and other tyrannical governments being bad and for doing this and that, then our own government does this and that they're saying that they're doing, it's appalling. I've been in this funk for 10 months, and it's not going to go away until Palestine is free. Because then once you free Palestine, you're going to start a ripple effect that's going to end a lot of the problems going on in the world. And when that happens, that's going to threaten all the political factions and corporations that are making money off of not freeing Palestine, that are making money off of funding an apartheid terrorist state that isn't real. And there you have it. It always feels like more of a venting, but hey, please just do your own homework, check out what's going on, and be good to one another. If you believe in God, show it. If you don't, then believe in humanity and be a good person, because logically and scientifically, we're all we got. We're all we got in this floating rock in space. So, I'm going to do a little moment of silence because I feel like I need to, because every day women, children, men, innocent people are dying. So we're going to do a little moment of silence, and then we'll get in with another topic that I want to go over. And yeah, we'll go from there. So be right back. This is a moment of silence for all the innocent men, women, and children who are losing their lives to genocide in Palestine. Thank you for that moment of silence, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, and I was going to talk more about a video game, but I wanted to gameplay it. I've gotten back into Clash Royale, and I'm trying to increase my highest score and go higher. So it's like my YouTube channel. I hit a spot and I just go up and down, but I still kind of stay in the same level. But we'll see. I feel like I want to talk more about Star Wars. And tomorrow I'm going to be joining the Bat channel for another cool show. Any show with the Bat channel is cool. But we're covering a not cool show, Star Wars Acolyte. I only know of 2 people who like it. And one person tends to like a lot of things. They're not as specifically picky as I am, if you want to say that. I'm curious to check out their brain on why they like it, but at the same time, I feel like if I bring up the problems I have for it, it's not going to go well. And because the thing is, I don't like raining on people's parade. I have my own voice. I have my own channel to be truth. And if people want to hear my truth, I'll give it to them right then and there. But yeah, I just want to understand why some people like such poorly written, not just written, but poorly. Yeah, it is poorly written, greatly produced, but the story and the narrative is awful. It's sloppy. It's I don't know. It's not that great, and it's very pretentious. And I don't like the idea of making the bad guys at equal level as the good guys. Now, I just finished talking about Palestine, and there's always a narrative used in entertainment to support whatever the government does sometimes, or factions in power in league with the government is doing, and I don't like it. They don't do a lot of the good stuff that they should be doing, and what helps them get away with it is entertaining ideas to the American people. A good way to do that is good old propaganda, and you can put bits of propaganda in anything. It's like a seasoning or an ingredient. So when I see a mythology known and beloved as Star Wars, where there's a definitive good and bad and a reason for that too, and a message to reality, and people to be aware of what goes on in fiction, so when it goes on in real life, you're like, that is wrong. Because the beautiful thing about entertainment and fiction and storytelling and artists and writers is that you have this beautiful ability to share morality, to come to a common ground with morality, because a lot of us come from different nations. A lot of us live in different nations, and when we'll always talk. And a lot of us come from different faiths. But from my understanding, I've studied 4 faiths. Wait. Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Taoism. Okay, I want to say maybe 5 faiths I've studied very, very well. And there's plenty others I know a general bit about. And because I'm always attracted to what's true and what's good and evil, and how can I better my life and be a better human being. It's a constant process, as it should be. This life is temporary. It's a dunya. It's what we do in life will take us forward in the afterlife. I believe that. I would like to talk to some more atheists sometime, respectfully, to understand, what they see. And it's just different. So I find it kind of interesting that those of us who believe in God, it's, in my opinion and lifestyle, I think that's a win-win situation. Because if you do believe in God and you're doing everything right to be a good human being, you know where you're going when you die. But for, let's say, argument's sake, we are wrong, those of us who do believe in God, and there is no God and there's nothing. Well, if that's true, there's going to be no one around to go, haha, you were wrong. So we win in that regard anyways. So it's a win-win situation. But if you don't believe in God, I think it's a win-loss situation, because if you are right and there's nothing, no one's going to call you out that you were right. So I guess that's a loss, actually. So if you don't believe in God, I think it's a loss-loss situation. Because if we're right, which I believe we are, when you see God, you're like, whoa, I was wrong. So just on that right and wrong, you know, it's a win-win situation or it's a lose-lose situation. That's how I see it. But back to the matter. Again, that's me sharing my truth with you. Now, some people could be offended, like, oh, Kojay believes in God, you know, he prays to Allah, you know, 5 times a day, you know, when I can try. So they could be offended by that or say, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Da, da, da. We have works of fiction that we can both, from wherever walks of life or whatever we're raised to believe or believe, we get the ability to find a common ground with fiction of what's good and wrong. And in my short 44 years on this earth and in life, I found that the common grounds of it's wrong to kill, it's wrong to steal, it's wrong to lie, it's wrong to bear false witness of your neighbor, it's bad to cheat, da 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 da. All these things are understood in many, many popular faiths. There are some extremist faiths that flip it upside down, and that's what I would call evil. So what's cool about things like Star Wars, you get to look at good and evil and politics on a fair, neutral ground. And I think that's peace. That's justice. That's wonderful. Peace and equal rights is for everybody, different walks of life and all that. And everyone deserves equal rights. I believe that. I've marched with and for the gay community many times in the past, because even though I am not gay, even though I believe in different things, I see my gay neighbors as human beings, and many of them I'm blessed to call friends. They have a different lifestyle than me, but they're also human beings, which means in my book, we have a lot more to relate to than the obvious little bits that we cannot relate to. And I'm so blessed to have so many good friends that have been like family to me and been there for me in tough times and all that. I believe that they, like any consenting adults, deserve to live their life as freely and non-dictated as I do, or as I want to live my life, you know? So that's why I stood up with them in hard times, because I believed in what's fair. And I get that from so many things that I think about deeply of what's good and bad. That's why when it comes to entertainment, you shouldn't water it down. It's okay to have themes and morals in there because it's supposed to be for everybody in equality. Now, as my boy says, Disney is the king of propaganda. They are. They are also the king of marketing. Everyone in entertainment knows that Disney is the king in marketing. There's a term called Disney numbers, and that's a term for a product doing really good financially with making money selling it. I hate how I worded that, but you get what I mean. So Disney is known for that, and the company is also looked at as shady for supporting the genocide going on to the Palestinians. So since they took over Star Wars, dude, even before, was it before or around the same time? Anyways, Disney also got rights to Marvel. I saw a shift in the two universes and two worlds. Just like Disney always does it their way. Cinderella was a story that Disney didn't invent, but a lot of people recognize Cinderella as being the Disney one as being the legit one. See what happened there? Snow White is not a Disney original story. It's an older tale, but what's more iconic? What's advertised as more iconic? So Disney has been taking over fairy tales and changing them for a while. The Little Mermaid is my favorite one. Also, my sister, it's her favorite fairy tale of all time. And I've learned a lot about Disney from her loving the original Little Mermaid. So the Little Mermaid, Luciuxness, seeing is believing. Let's not just talk about it. Let's show it. All right. So let's see. Let's see this. Images. Wow, you type in original Little Mermaid and it shows Disney. Check this out. Check this out. So I did original Little Mermaid. Look, it shows Disney. Disney. Original. Isn't that interesting? So wow. Wow. Google. All right. Let's get serious here. Oh, look, there's a blonde version. All right. Here we go. One depiction of the Little Mermaid early on. She had this blue hair. Light blue hair or cyan. And also, it was more her sisters who were the story behind her being human with or having legs with the human that she's in love with. And she's been depicted in different ways. But what's more, quote, considered iconic is always Disney's Ariel, the redhead. And the story is totally different too. Eric gets with her, the prince, the love of her life, gets with her. He doesn't marry someone else, and she doesn't throw herself into the sea as a sacrifice for his well-being and all that. Totally different. So when people are complaining that they made the Little Mermaid black and people have problems with that, I was like, come on, you're complaining about a reboot of a reboot? Chill the F out. But the fact that Disney has this thing of being iconic with certain characters and stories, or you look at their stories as iconic, I don't know. Do they have this thing of like, oh, we're going to say what goes? We're going to say how it is, and it always will be, and always has been. Then when they get a beautiful story like Star Wars, they change a lot of things. Like Acolyte. I heard, now this is from one of the actors, the one who played, I call him the Chad actor, but he said it's more about sides. Now, sides, what do sides do in comparison to good versus evil? Good versus evil. Literally, the good guys, the bad guys, right and wrong. What do you do when you say it's not about that, it's about sides? Sides are two equal sides. Now, the good is just as dirty as the bad, and the bad is as equal to good as the good. Who wants you to think like that? What kind of thinking does that help? Oh, Bing Bing, look at it. Palestine and Israel. They can't ignore the bad that Israel does. But if they feel justified in doing bad to innocent civilians, then you turn it into something that could be seen as good. Oh, that's so disgusting to wrap my head around, just even as a comparison. But you get what I'm saying. So if you like take, let's say, God and the devil, and you say, oh, one isn't good and one isn't bad, they're both equal in value, that logic only helps the bad. So when Star Wars takes the angle of good versus bad being two equal sides, then for Disney's sake, that means they can market villain characters as good. And what does that mean? That means for birthday parties, you can have Sith Lords be the whole decoration. Some people do that anyways. But advertising that, you can make more money selling more characters that fans love. if you entertain the fact that all these characters are equal, then maybe you can make a Darth Vader pillowcase and make more money off of that. And maybe you can get like a Darth Maul birthday cake and make more of that. Have more options, not just Yoda, not just Obi-Wan, not just Luke, not just Ahsoka. And then you have more options to sell more merchandise at equal value that people love. Oh, because who wants to be the bad guy, right? If the bad guy's so evil. So there's a positive that Disney probably sees, and I guarantee 102,000% I'm right on this. But the moral lesson, the moral story gets lost. Because then when you look at what's bad, you see it as a choice of another side that's not that wrong. So what does the Sith do before Disney took over? Let's see. They did genocide. They slaughtered children, and they ruled the galaxy with the iron fist. So apartheid government and all that. So now you're advertising all that can actually be considered good. And to me, that's satanic as hell. Who is okay with killing innocent people, and who is okay with killing children? So by marketing both sides of a story as equal value so you could sell it more, sacrifices the principles of good and bad in the whole story. Then that has prolonged destructive, dehumanizing themes that you are teaching future generations to be okay with. And I'm not okay with that. So I know I heard people say, if you don't like it, then you're homophobic. No. I think that's just a way to make up for the bad writing in that story, but also to avoid the fact, and even then they're avoiding the theme of good and evil. It's very important because we become better people when you understand stories of good and evil. The principle gets thrown out of the window. Yes, it does. It does. And there's a beautiful, and I've shared this quote before, but here's someone got a snippet of this, of the power of what good and evil themes we can get from, even from entertainment. And we should always be thinking of what's right and wrong.
What happens when you go to the dark side is it goes out of balance, and then you get really selfish and you forget about everybody, and you ultimately lead yourself, because when you get selfish, you get stuff, or you want stuff. And when you want stuff and you get stuff, then you are afraid somebody's going to take it away from you, whether it's a person or a thing or a particular pleasure experience. Once you become afraid that somebody's going to take it away from you, or you're going to lose it, then you start to become angry, especially if you're losing it. And that anger leads to hate. And hate leads to suffering. Mostly on the part of the person who's selfish.
So, Book of Boba Fett I didn't like too much. I thought it was slow, and then the biker characters, the Power Ranger-like biker characters, are super throwaway. I think it would be cool if they were all just alien and they just summed it up real quick. But no, they had some great ideas too, because I didn't have a problem with humanizing the Tusken Raiders. And they had this deep story that you could apply with the Tusken Raiders as opposed to indigenous people. And I thought that was cool. And I thought that was decently starred. It's just some of the other scenes were kind of lame and weak. But it's very, very powerful and beautiful that you could do when you keep that in mind. Now, I think they definitely dropped the ball with Acolyte. And then they went against what it means to be a Jedi and just turned them into another bureaucracy that is equally corrupt as any other. And that was supposed to be saved for, or that is saved for, the prequel story. Because what's brilliant about the prequel story that I haven't seen in any franchise of its sort of fantasy and adventure comic book is that we saw how clever Palpatine moved up in power and manipulated as the Sith to create this separatist war with the Republic in order to justify his military political stance. He even used the situation of a murder assassination attempt on his life. Now we're getting mirrored to real world, to then deepen his heroic look of surviving someone else who is going to extreme measures to commit a crime to get him out, to turn him more into a hero that you want to vote for, that you would not question him changing his position in office to be longer or unlimited and getting more military control. And that's how democracy dies, with thunderous applause. Oh, Revenge of the Sith goes hard. Oh, see, the movie, I think the directing was horrible with the prequel trilogy. I am never going to say that that's stellar acting or good acting direction. I don't think George Lucas is the type to direct actors as far as emotions. And when I see the behind the scenes, the actors kind of had more free range of his expression. And they were good actors too. And I think the prequel actors are good too. When I saw the making of it, I saw George Lucas over directed them. I have a few friends in my indie scene who over direct their actors. And when I say over direct, I mean like, it's like, okay, when you do this line, pick up this glass of water and then put it down and hold. Like, you're giving them too much technical details. And some actors can roll great with that, but sometimes you throw actors off if you're not talking to them encouragingly. And that's just one example. You could overcomplicate things, and if you keep changing the actors on the fly with acting direction, I mean, to the actors, they get a little stiff because they're also, if you don't tell them where the shots are, if you're not open to them on what's going on behind the camera, I don't know. I have a lot of criticisms with over-directing actors, but I feel George Lucas did that too much on the prequels trilogy, that actors who are not used to that kind of suffered. And the performances kind of came out kind of ugh. But story-wise, the themes are still there. And it was great. I got to be careful. I kind of lean my head too much. I scrape out my neck. So the Star Wars I love is not being told to us. I think we get some good stories from Disney's timeline, Disney's Star Wars, because these that's awful. Huh? I had a stutter there. I still stuttered. Weird. But anyways, I feel like this Disney told Star Wars, if they do anything good, it's only because someone who's telling the story, who has the freedom to tell a good story, has love for what George Lucas was doing. And some episodes, some shows, some movies, you could probably feel that. And, you know, we're the audience. We're free to accept what is canon and what's not. But you cannot deny the actual creative process. George Lucas doesn't have final say. The father and mother of this universe, George Lucas, who birthed Star Wars to us, his imagination, his world, and you're going to tell him he's wrong? Come on now. That screams to me propaganda from the get-go. It's a very beautiful fan fiction, because fan fictions are unofficial stories done by fans or done by people. I feel Disney Star Wars is that. So there's this other series I really like. For example, I'm the same with Snyder. The Clone Wars. Can you see it? Clone Wars, baby. This series was great. And it was purposely, I kind of wish this was episode 2 and episode 2 was episode 1. And I wish episode 1, the movie, was like a limited series, and then keep episode 3 the way it was. I think that would have hit harder, honestly. But hey, at least I'm not changing what is. So what's cool about this show is that season 2, they go into detail of how George Lucas was a little bit more on board, and he wanted season 2 to connect more specifically with Revenge of the Sith, episode 3, as it came out before. And the writers of this show, George Lucas let them write the opening scrolling story of episode 3. These guys did it. The ending of this leads up perfectly to the opening of episode 3. So when I binge my Star Wars, I include these two with it. And it's always been magnificent. Always. So, which brings me why I want to bring up Star Wars. So, one of the things I want to do is I'm going to do a fan edit sometime this year. In addition to making my own edits for my thing, I'm going to do fan edits of Star Wars prequels first. And the original trilogy. I'm actually reverting with the original trilogy. I'm reverting to original stuff like Han Solo shoots first. And there's no Hayden Christensen ghost of Darth Vader. In fact, I'm actually thinking of cutting Darth Vader being a Force ghost out completely. So I don't know, but I'm gonna be doing some fun stuff with that, and I want to watch party that. I just gotta figure out how to. There's so many fan cuts and make it to YouTube. How does that be without any issues, or do they just get the regular copyright strike, cannot monetize, but doesn't get blocked? I don't know how that works, but I'm gonna find out. But yeah, that's one of the things I want to do with Star Wars. So tomorrow, do check out the Bat channel. I'll be talking with them about Acolyte in some more detail. The final episode. Then they're going to do one of the whole series. They rewatch it and all that. And yeah, check me out there. It's going to be fun. It's early in the morning. I think it's 10 a.m. my time. Maybe 9 a.m. my time. We'll see. But yeah, check them out. Like and subscribe to the homies, the Bat channel. And on top of that, yeah, Star Wars, Disney Star Wars, you know, take it or leave it. I like Rogue One, but I do remember Dark Forces and how they did get the plans of the Death Star. So it's just these two timelines you can't get rid of. And I think some people like the new stuff because they hate the prequels, or they don't like George Lucas, or they just see Star Wars from afar. It's just lasers and ships in space, and you're not supposed to think. So maybe those people, ignorance is bliss, right? But nah, it's always deeper. And it's fun to have deep stuff and have a fun way to have like deep morals and all that. And I think that's good. So what else is on topic, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, Kitsune women's wrestling. That was this past Sunday. I had a wonderful time. Such a wonderful time. And the show was great. And I do have some clips from it I can share without getting in trouble, I hope. Yeah, I won't get in trouble. It's just clips. I'm not streaming the whole show. It was available on Kayfabe TV, Kayfabe. And I got to see or get a picture with Lady Maravilla. Oh, my gosh. Can I go full screen with this or no? It won't let me go full screen? Horrible. Horrible. Wait, how can I view? View? How do I get this out? Oh, give me a second. Ah, there we go. Ha ha ha. Here we go. Show and tell, ladies and gentlemen. So at Kitsune Women's Wrestling, your boy got a picture with Lady Maravilla. Oh, luchadora from Mexico. Sorry. I want to say it properly and then say it the American way, and I get mixed up and caught in between when I mix them up as both. But yeah, it was great. I got to see her, and she got this a little signed picture here, which is great. She's one of 3 of Las Toxicas faction in CMLL. They're awesome, and dang, I got to meet her. That was cool. This is my second autograph I'm treasuring. What? I usually don't do that. It's crazy. Whoops, I got the wrong one off. So yeah, Lady Maravilla writes, "With love for Kojay," and then she signs it. Oh, this con heart para Kojay, you know. The print is okay. It's a little pixelated, but I don't care. I got to meet her, and she gave me a hug. And when she gave me a hug, her manager was, let's get that beautiful picture up. Her manager, her manager, he made a joke. He's like, "Oh, she hugged you. If she hugs you, it's an extra $20." I was like, "What?" Oh, and then he's like, "No, I'm just joking." Funny guy. It was really great. But yo, happy times. Always a happy time with Lucha Libre. And I gotta say, it was great. My niece, I was very nervous. She was not having a good time with it. She didn't like it. And the drive was long. She was hungry. Intermission, we got some food and got some sugar in her system. Then she was having a good time. Then at the main event, she was doing this a few times, like, oh, I was like, oh man, she really wants to go. This is the main event. So I was getting a video game on my phone. It's like, okay, play this so we could just watch the main event. And then my sister, her mom was next in between, on the side of her. And she's like, no. She's actually rooting for one of the wrestlers. So I was like, what? So the whole time she was just hangry. I'm learning this. If I'm going to take, the kids to the theater or whatever, my niece and nephews, we're going to make sure we eat good beforehand. Definitely make a bathroom break before the show, but I definitely snack on some sweets or some treats, and they'll be in a good mood, and then they'll enjoy the time better. Because she's been to a wrestling show before when she was a baby, and she had a good time, but she was a baby, she's like 1.5. It was a WWE show, and she had her little Oscar doll. But when we went here, she's 6 years old. She's gonna remember this more. So you're like, oh, hope she enjoys it, or at least has a good time. Because, man, it's like about a 2-hour show or 2.5-hour show. And then the fact that at the end she had a blast. Oh, that was awesome. It was so good. And let's show y'all the card one more time before I share some clips and memories. And let's see, Kitsune Women's Wrestling. Here we go. So we're on their Instagram page. They had 3 champions there: Billy Starks, Marina Shafir, and Brooke Havoc. The Television Ring of Honor World Champion, Defy Champion, and Pride Style Pro Wrestling. Oh, that's such a good show too, man. Like and subscribe to them. And I love the theater that we had the show at. It was fantastic. It was great. This is our next show. Zia Lee's going to show up. Man, that's a good look for her. Oh, I hope she goes AEW. Oh, that's who my niece now likes. Miyako Matsumoto. Oh, I got to tell my sister. This was posted 2 days ago. How did I miss this? I like it. All right, there we go. And this is the next show coming up in August 18th, as you can see here. Kitsune, the luchadora from Mexico. This is perfect because her look has been this Kitsune look, and Kitsune Women's Wrestling, which started last year. This is a match made in heaven. It's like she's made to be here. But yeah, let's go back and look at the card that I could go over with y'all. Zamaya couldn't make it. That was a change in the schedule. This was one of the most memorable matches of the show. Su Yung versus Jada Stone. Man, this was freaking awesome. Su Yung has this like dark zombie bride of the dead look, and Jada Stone is just acrobatic, athletic, and she'll she's very heel like too. So she's got a lot of attitude. So you got a strong heel versus a spooky, ominous character. Then they go to battle. It was just great. That was a good match. I was hoping this match could work out, but Marika Kobayashi couldn't make it. But J-Rod definitely earned her shot to be in the main event. And that was sick as hell. This is the match that I think stole the show. This match happened, I think, before intermission. I gotta look back at my videos, but yeah, Brooke Havoc put her title on the line against Savvy Stone, and Savvy Stone was, I liked her look. She had a lot of locks coming out, and they had a really, really hard false count anywhere match where they were on two sides of how they enter out and exit. It was like on the sides of any entrance, you know, they climbed up the what is it, the steel fence, and then they're kicking each other in the air. Oh, it was great. This tag match kicked off the show very, very well. They had an opening match from West Coast Pro Wrestling students, which is really cool. You could tell. But it's great that students get to open the show for a pre-show and get a feel of what the energy is like in a ring with an audience. And it's cool. But I would have to say that this match jump-started the whole event. The team of Everly and Jasmine, the best friends, as they were being chanted, against Milo and Simone was fantastic. This is stellar, top-notch. This stuff should be on primetime television. Why it's not is a travesty. This match was sick as hell. Let's see what else we could go on that I could reflect on. Maya, she went up against J-Rod, and the winner got to be in the main event for Yabai that's coming up for the Kitsune women's title. Yeah, the Kitsune women's champion didn't show up. I was a little disappointed there. And but I think this is the official one. So Lady Maravilla against Marina Shafir right here. I know it's kind of small. Sorry. Can I zoom in? Oh, won't let me zoom in? How is that zoom in now? Oh, it just won't zoom in. I get it. Okay. Yeah. Lady Maravilla. Do they have a bigger one? Oh, yeah, they do. Haha. Oh, they're showing clips from fan. Oh, their own. Oh, I was a couple rows from that guy. Wait, where are we?
Oh, oh, wow. Eso.
Right angle.
Oh. Shout out to, oh, look at that. Back to the headlock.
Oh, yeah, I'm right there somewhere. I'm in the back from where the exit.
Oh, now she's fucking the duro.
Like 3 rows back up here. I'm like right here somewhere. Yep.
Oh, judo throw.
Oh, man, Maravilla.
Whoa. I think she got him in the face.
By Louis World with Kitsune Wrestling. I got to collaborate.
Oh, my God.
That'd be great. I don't know. That doesn't look like the right angle, though. So, yeah, where can I go about the match? The match was great. Because all these lineups, yeah, sometimes they change. This was going to be a through, and then she decided ended up, yeah, like this lineup changed because Zamaya couldn't be, so they had to relocate some of the booking. So it's stuff that happens, you know. But man, it was such a good show. The main event was let's see. Yeah, well, oh yeah. So yeah, my Lady Maravilla, she lost, but I think it's because Marina Shafir has a title. Usually, even in exhibition, you don't want the champion to lose. So seeing Marina Shafir come in with the Defy championship belt, I didn't expect Lady Maravilla to win. I wanted her to win, but if she wins, then she would have to fight her for the title at some point. But that's most likely why that doesn't happen. But it was great to see her against Marina Shafir because Marina Shafir is a stellar, technical, powerful wrestler. So good. I just want to work on her with her character because the tough look, you know, it can only take you so far. You need something to go along with the tough character vibe. So this was the main event, Billy Starks versus Miyako Matsumoto, and this was awesome. This is the one that Miyako won the heart of my niece, and Billy Starks put on a great show. She's a wonderful heel wrestler while being bubbly at the same time. It's really, really odd. She comes in, everyone loves her, but by the end of the match, you're all booing her. That's a good wrestler who could do that. And J-Rod is pretty much the heel, and I know she could do it too. Shout out to J-Rod always. So Yabai is the next show, which I am really excited for. August 18th. you could definitely count on me being there for show. It's looking awesome. The card is building up very nicely. Hey, I got that hat. See, here's my free Sugoi hat. Sugoi. I'm a fan of starter hats, so if I wear this, it's with my aviators outside of my show. So I was glad to be there to get that hat. Woo! We all did too. I was really hoping I could see Marika, but I won by seeing Lady Maravilla. Yay! Right here. So now that I shared my pregame snacks is a must, especially with the kids. Dang. As an adult, you learn so many things that you should know by now. You know what I mean? It's quasi. Which one is this? Oh, I have to do that all over again? Damn, I have to hide the toolbar again? Okay, let's take a look-see at some highlights that your boy Kojay was able to record. Oh, yeah, let's share. There we go. It saved it. So, here's me and J-Rod. I took a selfie, but she said, hey, gave it to someone else to take a better picture to take me from look. Oh, look at my dad bod here. Dang, I got to work on that. Man, I'm thinking about doing shorts of me working out, getting back in shape because I used to be shredded. You know, this Dana Brooke shirt, Flex Appeal. I used to have that once upon a time. Now it's, just one ab, this one huge ab muscle that, really is just one muscle the ladies like anyways. So, yeah, but I'll work on getting my body back. But, it was cool to run into J-Rod after the show because she's a heel. She can't really show up for the meet and greets afterwards. Sometimes they let the heels do. It depends. But for the magic of it, I guess they don't sometimes. But, yeah, it was dope to see J-Rod. When I first saw her at indie shows, I was a fan. Her technical style, her presence is great. She's gorgeous. She's got great ring awareness. Her technical abilities is very across the board. She's, I would say she's a powerhouse, but her agility is great because she can jump off the top rope. And she's technically amazing. And she's a damn good wrestler. I could see like WWE hiring her because she's gorgeous and awesome. But she's been in AEW, and I want AEW to hire her. Because I think she would be a great addition to the women's division in AEW with the excellent skills that they have there and showcase that. I think that's just up her alley because she's got that fine-tuned indie style that is really awesome as hell. So let me share with you how she showed up. So as Maya World was making her entrance to the ring, this was right after intermission. So they had this Japanese dance team do a cultural show for us at the beginning of the show and at intermission, which is really awesome. And I like that they do that. They bring in the Japanese culture and their pop culture mixed in with some of our stuff too. And they really enjoy having that. And it's awesome. And so J-Rod was dressed up in not really a kimono, but Japanese garb with the Kitsune mask to like higher entrance from her opponent and jumped in behind her to get a sucker punch attack. And this is what that was, which is awesome. Check it out. Is that J-Rod? Oh! J-Rod! Whoa! So this is my angle. So the person I was highlighting before wasn't me. Yeah, you get J-Rod. There's the guy who showed that video on Instagram. Do. He was definitely from my angle. Oh! Don't do that though. Oh! Nice Hurricane Rana. Hey, Maya World is awesome. I should have booed J-Rod more. J-Rod! I got J-Rod. See, when you know that someone's a heel, you kind of want to help them out and boo them. but I just couldn't because I'm biased as hell. But you didn't mind. But yeah, I'm gonna support her and give her some booze next time she's like super heel. What else can I share with y'all? No, let's not share that one. Let's see. I'll make a highlight reel if I can. Let's see. Nope. Because I do want to get into other topics. Oh yeah, Miyako, my niece's favorite. Let's check her out. Oh, I can share in 1080? Yo, let's do that. Yeah! Oh, for my niece, here's Miyako. Miyako! He always does it as a taunt. Yay! Oh, against Billy Starks, man.
She just did.
Yeah, let's put that logo back on. Let's take it off. Oh! He's gonna be good. Oh! Oh! It was a great time there. Great show. What else we got that I can share with y'all? That I can share. Actually, let's check out. Oh yeah. I don't want to show any ending. So it had to be before that. Did I get the tag match? I love tag match. Oh, here we go. More of that false count anywhere match. Check it out. Whoa. Yeah. Brooke Havoc. So, fantastic show. I gotta get my highlights. I have this library of pro wrestling footage I gotta share at some point. I mean, some of the stuff I shared with ELP versus Dragon Lee and also freaking Dana Brooks injury. My biggest video. And yeah, so we'll have fun doing some of that. And yeah. So, man, I went on talking a lot about Palestine, but if I haven't done these in a while and I haven't touched bases on Palestine, that is always going to be a bigger topic. And or venting really at this point. Like, free Palestine. We'll leave it at that. So another thing that we're doing on my channel is Abaranger Super Sentai series. I'll be starting the recordings for that. So I think you could expect episodes for Abaranger maybe mid to late August. I'd like to get a lot of episodes out so they could be released for you to enjoy with us in a manner that there's no canceled episodes. It's consistent. I want to do more shows like that, more content like that too. I want to do some trailer breakdowns as well. So for Abaranger, I still want to get hyped for it because the cool thing about Super Sentai is I have not seen all Super Sentai, even though I'm a decent, passionate Super Sentai fan. I love the series. I haven't seen it all. So it's fun going back to revisit some that I haven't had a chance to digest the whole thing of. And I'm excited to do that. And the Bat Channel, they haven't seen any Super Sentai before, and they'll be with me again. Trey and Super Corey of the Bat Channel, they've never seen Zoo Ranger before. So, and then I'm happy that they enjoyed it so much, as you all did with us as well, that they're down for more, and we're going to do more. And again, the quality even in, you know, a kids show that's simplified in many areas and take little you know, shortcuts in storytelling or this and that, some plot holes, but not too much to ruin the whole thing. But there's a lot of passion and merit and depth in the story, the plot, and the characters, even in such a show that's easy accessible for kids to understand and enjoy. So that's really cool, and I'm excited to get into that. Also on this channel, I'm going to be going to more shows and episodes of focused on one thing and not a variety hour like this. But I like to talk with you guys. I like to have a good time here. It's my corner. It's what I do. And yeah, but I'm looking forward to that. And I wonder if there's a fan-made Abaranger promotion that we could watch and not get in trouble for. So, someone posted a full episode. I don't think those last long. YouTube's got to take that down. But yeah, if you're going to watch Abaranger with us, I highly recommend you go online and buy the DVD set. I'm going to be watching this on the DVD set. If I can provide a link to help you watch it with us, I will do what I can. But we're going to be enjoying some Abaranger. So let's bring to the stage some Abaranger that we can all enjoy. With wigs on, that's so goofy. That's funny. So yeah, definitely check out Abaranger. Get the DVD so you can watch it with us, or hope that my provided link will help you out too. You know, again, it's all for fun. I will not show the shows on here. I don't want to get in trouble. I want to have a good time with you guys, and I also want to promote more Super Sentai, so it's more accessible to enjoy here. Why can't you release Super Sentai on Netflix here as you have Super Sentai on Netflix in Japan? Come on, Netflix, give us access to Super Sentai. There's a lot of things I want to see continue, not just SnyderVerse, but a lot of stuff that's accessible and available for everybody. Because, you know, come on now, the secret's out. Super Sentai is the original. Power Rangers is the copy. You can never top the original. Maybe get lucky with some reiterations with the copy, but you know how I feel about Justice League treatments on anything. So, yeah, Super Sentai is the thing. Also, another thing that's been holding it down, ladies and gentlemen. I got to talk about it because it's on the thumbnail. But AEW, man. AEW is great. I think as it's been going on, I suspect, you know, people hate on AEW because it's doing so well on its own, by its own terms. Now, the art of pro wrestling is very much told as a creative group. What I mean by creative group, the two performers in the ring, they're telling the story. The bookers, the people hosting a show, they have come up with how to predetermine the match. I say how, because sometimes wrestlers go in the ring. They don't know who's going to win. Sometimes the ref will tell them midway or towards the end who's going to win. Sometimes the wrestlers do what's called an audible, and they decide who wins based on the audience. And sometimes the booker, the ones in charge of the show, or the one in charge of the show or the match, will tell them how it's going to end up, and then let them figure it out. So the artist and also the audience, if it's an audible told by whoever makes that audible call, not just the wrestlers, but the audience can actually determine who's going to win. Sometimes, unfortunately, an injury will happen, and then they have to figure out who wins or what to do about the title after it. So a lot of things are thought out, and a lot of things are organic. Pro wrestling is very beautiful that way, and the indie pro wrestling I love. It's a style that's evolved because they don't need to try and draw out a match to make a commercial break. They don't need to hold back to prevent risk of injury, which can happen. They're taking a lot of risks, and I thank them for taking the risks that they do to entertain us with in-ring storytelling. And but there's this pace, this open creativity, and this not as many rules where, okay, you can do this, but you can't do that. You can't do that. You can. I like the liveliness of pro wrestling that I see in the indies, that I see in Japan, that I see in Mexico, that you don't get to see in America until AEW happened. Now, every now and then I saw WWE go that pro wrestling creative indie freestyle, I want to call it like a freestyle style, with NXT days back in, like, I want to say 2016 to 2018-ish. There was a peak level that NXT was just as great as the indies and New Japan. But I see glimmers of that here and there with some highlights that I milk its way onto or find its way onto social media. My Sean Connery got in there. But I still can't with WWE. Their style, unless it changes to be more up to date, I just can't do it. I did my time. I support that company. I love the wrestlers. I'm glad they have jobs. Do the thing, do great. And I'm glad that there's an audience for that. But I'm part of an audience that requires another approach to pro wrestling. And AEW delivers. I know I want to break down AEW Dynamite 250th episode. I'm going to do that when I finish watching it. I DVR stuff. I already got the spoiler of who wins a match and who has an international title. So, but I like enjoying the whole story from beginning to end. So tonight, that's what I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch that, and then by the time it's done, I'll have a new episode of Rampage. And that's another thing I want to do. I want to talk more about AEW. I just got to figure out a way that I could do it and enjoy it at the same time and work on providing you this great content on my channel that I do. My opinions that I drag on. Man, I could talk by myself for 2 hours and 23 minutes. That's crazy. Good thing I have this podcast. But yeah, I love what AEW is doing. They've outlived WCW, which is probably why I think the pedal to the metal of the hate truck was pressed so fast for them to drive. I was thinking truck because I'm thinking about my boy Aries, Brain/TV, who I hope I've been entertaining this whole time. But also you and you, the viewer, you watching the replay of this. I appreciate you. Thank you. Like and subscribe. You know what to do. I want to get to 1,000 so I could start making some money and then doing some more charity stuff so I could help out, you know. Which, by the way, check out the links in the additional information in the description to this video. I have links to PCRF, Palestinian Children's Relief Fund, that I am very passionate about. And I'm passionate as in like anything to help, you know what I'm saying? And also link to UNICEF. They'll help too. And all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you still with it, bro? Thank you for the love. Man, I hope you're doing well with this journey in my rambling. This is a super rambling episode. Uncut, as you could tell. Thanks for the shout outs and for keeping a homie company for a bit. Hey, you know, that is one purpose of my channel. Some of my subscribers have DM'd me saying that, you know, I like when you talk, because some of my content is just gameplay and no commentary. I'm going for movie cuts, but I'm also depriving my audience of my commentary, my voice, because some of them said it helps them get to sleep. So I'm glad I can soothe or bore you to sleep. Either way, I'll take it, and thank you for your support. Just don't sleep on the road if you're listening to me while I'm driving. Yeah, so AEW, I love AEW, and I can't wait to get more of it, which now I'm talking about it. I'm looking to wrap things up. Which, by the way, that's everything I did cover. So I guess other things is I want to talk about is, like, I guess what's in store for my channel. I'm gonna continue doing these watch parties. I'm gonna continue sharing my gameplays. I'm gonna continue talking about Palestine, And I'm going to continue providing all the things I like to do that I could share with you as access to me. Another thing is I got to get on these shorts. YouTube has a requirement to get a certain amount of shorts in. And, you know, it's fun to make something short. I just don't know how to do anything short. As you can tell, I'm just talking for 2 hours and 26 minutes. I got a lot of stuff in the tank. How could I, like, do a minute video? I've done it before. I think I can do it again. Maybe I could just capture some kind of theme, some kind of story that I could say in parts. But anyways, let's do the bonus hour. Now, if I was going to get a lot of people, I want to do some Jackbox party games and all that. But let's do some YouTube watch. So since we're talking about Star Wars, we'll do a Dorkly Bits reaction. And hopefully I won't get in trouble here. But Dorkly Bits is hilarious. They have a really good they have a dark sense of humor that I think they can do well. And 6 years ago, they have a Dorkly Bits thing called How Star Wars Could Have Ended in 60 Seconds. And we'll check it out and you'll get a taste of their humor. All right, so actually, no. Actually, yes. All right, he said we'll do it, so we're going to do it. Here we go. And here we go. How Star Wars Could Have Ended in 60 seconds.
The Death Star is complete. It is the ultimate power in the universe. You won't get out of this station alive. Take out your lightsaber and end this, old man. What are you doing? Oh, okay, what just happened?
Something just came through the ceiling and impaled Terry. Terry's dead. No. Oh, God.
Oh, no. Oh,
that's right through the floor.
That's what it is.
Oh, God. It's heading right for the daycare level.
No.
Daycare level on the Death Star.
Wow.
This
oh,
can't
God.
be happening.
We're all gonna die.
Oh,
Every
those
one
Qui-Gon
of
is going to
us.
give me so much
Dude,
shit.
I never even got to touch a
That is not how lightsabers work. They weren't even paying attention in The Phantom Menace when Obi-Wan clearly...
Like, man, they do a lot of good stuff there. Oh, man. Oldie but goldie. You know, I was just binging some Dorkly Bits not too long ago. They have Sonic, they have Mario, my fellow gamer fans. And 13 years ago, they have a Dorkly Bits called Diddy Kong Barrel Trouble. And you know what? For my boy Aries, since he's here, let's do a reaction to that one. Because I know Donkey Kong is his jam, and I'm glad he gameplayed it because it's fun to watch gameplay that game. The game is so soothing, man. I love it. Here we go.
Oh, God. Get me out. I can't breathe. Oh, I'm going to pass out. Please, anybody, please. Somebody do something. I'm losing consciousness. I am losing consciousness. Oh, why would you do that? Why would you ever do that? There was a lid, man. There was a lid.
Oh, man. Dorkly Bits. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, check out Dorkly Bits. They're legit. Like, check it out right here. Yo, like and subscribe to Dorkly Bits. It got a lot of cool stuff in here. If every video game had micro transactions, Marvel versus DC compilation, Evil Trees, whole bunch of stuff. They have ones just on Mario, Pokemon, so many stuff. It's such a good time. And I love it's one of my favorite channels I like to go to and check out. So yeah, check out Dorkly Bits here on YouTube. Oh man, Aries is fan now. I gotta check these out and say, oh, you ramble too much to do shorts. Yeah, I don't know how to do shorts. I'm a rambling man. I'm a rambling man. Also say it takes a lot of editing to break it down to 1 minute. I bet. So maybe I could document me getting back in shape. I used to be in shape. I want to get back in shape. I have a channel of me dancing. I haven't touched that thing in years. Sheesh. I do have some videos where I danced here, and it was kind of all right. You know, it's making me uncomfortable to think about promoting it, but I think I got to. So self-promotion here on my channel, and we'll call it a day, call it a stream. Oh, look who's live right now. Ooh, yeah, AEW Dynamite. Can't wait to check that out. So yeah, here's my channel. Here's how it works. You hit the subscribe here, but this is my channel, so I see customized and all that stuff. Whoa, 623 smart people in the world. I love it. So the co-watch party, this is a series where I watch movies and you can watch a movie with us. I give information on how you can watch the movie, and I'll provide links and anything. The most recent one was The Restless. Oh, that's so good. 281 views. Not bad. It's not that great either compared to others. But here's a Super Sentai series. You can catch up on all of it. Hit that. It'll show every episode. Latest videos. My Skyrim series, which is just straight up Skyrim porn. I'm just making videos focusing on story modes. All the grinding I'm cutting out. So if you like that, don't worry. I have another playlist just for that, with a total amount of 280 plus videos of Skyrim gameplay on the PS4. Now I'm doing it on PS5. I love Skyrim. I'm one of those fools. So, in fact, this video gave me the analytics of losing 1 subscriber because of this video. So check out that video. Give it love. This is my The Must Watch playlist. I add content from other friends' channels on here too. I add random things I'm watching that I think you'd get a kick out of watching as well, including, you know, collabs I do right there. Hey, Kojay's Corner right here, where it looks like I definitely talk about Palestine a lot, and this is where you can check every episode, even ones in the past, you know. So yeah, I look at my channel like a gameplay thing. Ooh, I need to add the Skyrim gameplay here. This was one of my favorites, the story mode stuff. So yeah, this is where you get most of my video game content. Stuff strictly only for Palestine, which I'm going to do more of. Get more guests on. Shout out to Jessica Q. Check out What's Up Inland Empire podcast. She's doing really cool. And here's Voices for Humanity. This is other content about Palestine and stuff that I think you should know. And we'll probably end it on this music video as a send out. And my series, Snyder Cut Fighters, my own pro wrestling league series. Taking a break from it just because it's been really heavy since the hearing of the passing of my friend a long time ago. Shout out to Jay, and always, God bless you, brother. I look forward to seeing you again in a place where no shadows fall. This is other playlists because I love making playlists. These are the main ones: Video Game Cinema, my Skyrim one, and Snyder Cut Fighters Dark, and Experience, which is a bunch of other stuff. And
Free Palestine!
Yep, you can see me at a protest.
Free Palestine! Hey!
The whole protest, what it's like. Tried to document it, but it doesn't get a lot of love because it gets shadow banned. I've been shadow banned, so subscribe to me to help me out. A whole bunch of stuff. Experiences like AEW show right here.
I'm not gonna keep you long.
His speech, Kenny Omega's speech when they won at the Great Western Forum or Kia
for following this entire series.
Forum. They had the best of 7 for the tag titles. It was awesome.
Free Palestine!
Wait, I want to get back to the playlist. Here we go.
Hey!
But yeah, I want to show you guys me dancing. Here's one of 2 dance videos I have. Oh, I gotta get out of the nervousness. Oh, the hat is all the way up. You can see the eyebrow parts. These are the eyebrow designs. I like it just over. I used to rock my look a different way, slightly. Now this is all improv. I had no idea what I was gonna do. I was just gonna play the music. I did it once. I was like, okay, I'm tired. I think if I did it a couple times, I'm happy with that. That's cool. Hold on. Okay, I got in my head a little bit in between that. All right, here you go. I got a little shy, so I was like throwing it away. All right, knew the guitar part was coming out, so I was gonna robot it. I just didn't know how, so I ran out of directions to go. And here's where I broke it, go back to like find something else, see where this is happening. Just pop lock, just react to the music. Not that pretty, not perfect. I love dancing, I miss it. Back in shape. Maybe I can do shorts about this. Those are a few of my things I do a lot when I do like break dancing and stuff. Oh, Dana Brooke, it's the video that got me a lot of stuff. Hey, Kojay's Connor is the new Terminator. God, the new Terminator. I gotta jump on one of those co-watch parties one day. Yo, I'd love to have you there, man. Love to have you there. That'd be dope. I need motivation. Oh, what was that for? I got the motivation thing for. Or what you were referring to when that. How do I get back to the, oh, here's the playlist. So I'll just show you my dance video. I'll probably get copyright struck again, but it's all right. They didn't really do anything. This is back when I was promoting for the Snyder Cut release. And there's this art section, video section. Oh, the workout vids? Yo, that'd be cool. You know, we both get shredded around the same time. Be my tag team partner. So let's check this out. I revisit on my channel. Yeah, I'll just watch it with y'all. Taylor, what's up?
Hey, Kojay, what's up?
Nothing much. I don't know. No, the truth is I'm stressing out. They're taking forever to release this movie, and it's aggravating. It's stressed me out. I don't know where to begin.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want to meet up?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay, cool. See you soon.
All right. Hey.
Contigo te va a hacer. I got lost in the city. Ain't no one there but me. Oh. Missing you on my body. Oh, 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 oh. Baby, I know it could be more than amigos. I'll be good if you let me. Oh, 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 oh. 911, I'm on fire. Don't leave me lonely. 911, I'm on fire. Smoking Havana, ring the la 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 la. Smoking Havana, come on, ring the la 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 la. Started a flame inside my heart, baby, don't ever put it out. Smoking Havana, come on, ring the la 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 la. Pues sabes que tu corazón conmigo hace boom boom contigo. Sabes que tu corazón conmigo hace boom boom contigo. Sabes que tu corazón conmigo te hace boom boom contigo te va a hacer. Sabes que tu corazón conmigo te hace boom boom contigo te va a hacer. Mom, ring a ding dong, ring the alarm, give me a little thing. Mom, ring a ding dong, call 911 now. Smoking Havana. Ring the la 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 la. Smoking Havana. Come on, ring the la 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 la. Started a flame inside my heart. Baby, don't ever put it out. Smoking Havana. Come on, ring the la 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 la. Pues sabes que tu corazón conmigo hace boom boom contigo. Sabes que tu corazón conmigo hace boom boom contigo. Sabes que tu corazón conmigo te hace boom boom contigo te va a hacer. Sabes que tu corazón conmigo te hace boom boom contigo te va a hacer. Pues sabes que tu corazón conmigo hace boom boom contigo. Sabes que tu corazón conmigo hace. All right, you can see the whole video on my channel later. But let's go back to the beginning. So wow, this is a trip down memory lane. This is totally random. I don't know how I got on topic with this. So I shot this in downtown LA near Little Tokyo. And I shot in the abstract parts.
really trying to get no product placement in this. That's kind of hard in certain parts of the place or anywhere you go when you shoot anything. But this is my homegirl Taylor. She's a dancer, good friend of mine too. I was glad she was able to do this. We choreographed parts of this together one day, and then we shot this all in one night. So we didn't have time to practice the dance at all. But seeing this again, I really liked some of the creative choices I've done. Some things I didn't want to do, that turned out okay. That turned out well. You know, we're our own worst critic. See, I'm still trying to figure out how to wear the hat. I got it down now. But I think I'm aiming to do more of these. And this was at a parking lot. Now, when I rewatched some of my works, actually, when I was editing this, there was another take that she did that I liked the middle part more than this other part that she did here, because this was improv. And we planned certain areas are improv. That's improv as well. And then we get into the choreography part after this. You know, I did a little vape. This is the choreography part. Now, there's parts watching it now. I'm like, oh, I would change this or add more of an accent to the music here. But, you know, that's just how it is when you look at old works. And it's probably why I don't like revisiting it. But seeing it again, I have ideas of how to add more stuff to my channel. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to more stuff in the future. And, yeah. So, yeah. Now that I bored y'all with, like, no, I didn't bore y'all. I entertained y'all. I shared some stuff, some slices of life, some stuff from my heart and pieces of my mind to you. So I hope you like the show. Thank you for enjoying another episode of Kojay's Corner. And we'll do some more. And I got to figure out a time to do these on a weekly basis. One day I'm going to find that out. And like and subscribe so you can find out what day I pick and what time I do that. But yeah, I like doing this. I just gotta figure some stuff out. But I got a lot of stuff in store for you. Now, my boy Aries brought up the co-watch parties. The next one is August 2nd. It's a Friday. Probably going to be around the evening, maybe 6 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Pacific. I'll figure it out. But I'm going to let you know. It's definitely August 2nd. And, hey, thank you for the great stream. I hope it's good. This is like, I got to get better at advertising. But I ain't going nowhere. We got more content in store for you from my channel. We're going to be watching Train to Busan August 2nd. So definitely roll out for that. That's going to be fun. I think if you have YouTube Premium subscription, you can watch it for free. If you have Prime subscription, you can watch it for free. Other than that, you will have to rent it. Or I'm allowing a select few who are there live to join us backstage to watch it for free with us. Again, I'm not making money off of this, just making more fun content, celebrating movies with y'all. So be on the lookout for that. And oh, you got a comment here. You're a Power Rangers fan? My favorite show was SPD. Yo, that is Power Rangers Deca Ranger. Where is that? Un momento, por favor. Of course, it has to be under the pile. Oh, okay, good. Nothing fell off. Oh, shoot. All right, where are we? Okay, we're right here. Yo, I'm glad you said that. One of the series, the third series after we do Abaranger, is Deca Ranger, the original uncut director's cut of the original Super Sentai Police Force Deca Ranger Super Sentai SPD. And this is dope. Jasmine, my girl, who's a telepath and an empath who could sense things. She's my bae of that team. So yeah, check out. We have a Super Sentai watch party series that I'm getting back into in August. That's another thing to look forward to. And we're going to do more of the movie watch parties. I'm going to do a trailer breakdown of Gladiator. I want to do a couple research, a little bit more research into something I like real quick before I jump into that. But yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun time here. Thanks for cruising by, Gelatinas. We're going to be going live tomorrow with the Bat Channel, discussing that finale. Good riddance of Acolyte, not a fan. But yeah, on top of that, much love, God bless, free Palestine, all the good stuff. I'll see you next time. Like and subscribe to this channel. And be on the lookout for my co-watch party, August 2nd, right here on this channel. And we're going to have a good time. And I'll see you then. So much love. God bless. Treat each other with respect. Treat yourself with respect and love. Shout out to my boy Aries. You know what to do. Like and subscribe to the brother right there if you know it's good for you. And I'll see you next time. Take care as well. Thanks for cruising by. And that'll be it. I'll see you on the next episode, but definitely see you August 2nd. Train to Busan. Look for my channel and on my social medias. I will definitely advertise the time for it. Probably around this weekend. Until then, take care. God bless. Late.
맨날 다음이라고만 하고.
아빠는 안 보고 있는 것 같으면서도 다 보고 있다, 수환이.
팀장님, 기차 타셨어요?
점심 전에 들어갈 것 같으니까.
돌았냐 이 새끼야? 현재 대전역에 군대를 배치하여 야 빨리 와!
Real quick before I go, any links I showed or video showed, I'm gonna try my best to get all the links for you to check out, so you can see exactly what I see and read for you, so you can check it out on your own. And also, I'm not taking any credit for any of or monetizing anything that doesn't belong to me. So just to let you know, I ain't about that. So much love, and I'll catch you next time. All right.